Hello everybody, today we have some massive news. Brookfield Corporation hits a new all-time high share price of 92 Canadian dollar. I finally bought into Constellation software stock, and Alimentation Couche Tard share price is breaking out after they walked away from 7&i Takeover. My name is Yashar and I'm happy to talk to you today about some of my Canadian stocks. Let me start with Brookfield Corporation, which today actually became my largest stock position in my own portfolio. The stock is at a new all-time high share price. It's just amazing. Every single human that invested $1 in Brookfield Corporation in the history of the business is now in the green and made some money with Brookfield Corporation. And in my opinion, the stock even here is not expensive, and that is an absolutely massive achievement. This is such a great and real value stock that everybody is looking for. Value stocks are not only the ones that are trading at a low multiple, it can be a stock like Brookfield that still grows faster than the market average and is trading at a discount to its fair value. I talked about the fair value of Brookfield Corporation on my channel in May 2025, the last time, when the share price was 80 Canadian dollar. And in the video, I came to conclusion that the fair market value for Brookfield Corporation for 13% year-over-year return is 92 Canadian dollar. And the stock today hits this fair market value. I think the stock can still continue to grow and outperform the market at these levels, and I will happily hold my shares in this amazing business. Again, congrats to all Brookfield shareholders for holding the company through various cycles. The next update for me is that I finally started the position in Constellation software. I studied this amazing business for almost a year and wanted to start my position in the company. And I finally pulled the trigger and bought my first 3 shares of Constellation software in my TFSA. I will talk about Constellation software stock and their CEO Mark Leonard in detail in my future videos. I mean the video that will come after my Google stock analysis video, which has the most votes on my channel post. As I believe Mark Leonard, the CEO of Constellation, is one of the best capital allocators in the history. So that's aside, let's focus on the big news of the day about Alimentation Couche Tard. For months, we've been following the story of Alimentation Couche Tard, the Canadian convenience store giant behind Circle K, and their relentless efforts to making a deal with 7&i Holdings, which is the Japanese parent company of the 7-Eleven. Well, folks, the chase is officially over. That's right, just yesterday, July 16, after the market close, Couche Tard announced that they are withdrawing their multi-billion-dollar proposal to acquire 7&i. This wasn't just a normal never mind either. Couche Tard basically dropped a strongly worded letter accusing 7&i of a calculated campaign of delays and a persistent lack of good faith engagement. This proposed merger was valuing at almost $47 billion, would have created a global leader in convenience retail, and Couche Tard believed a combination of their extensive global footprint with 7&i, especially in Japan, would unlock immense value for both companies and their shareholders. So the story started in August 2024 when Couche Tard first made an offer. 7&i initially rebuffed it, called it a gross undervaluation, and they also raised concerns about US regulatory issues. Couche Tard, of course, sweetened their bid, and by April 2025, the two companies even signed a non-disclosure agreement, which signals to the market that they are progressing and they're willing to talk. But according to Couche Tard, that's where the things basically stalled. The letter outlines a frustrating lack of sincere or constructive engagement, and they claim that the due diligence provided was negligible, despite 7&i publicly stating that they are serious about this proposal. So Couche Tard even explored alternative structures like acquiring 100% of 7&i business outside Japan and then only 40% within Japan to address regulatory issues and strategic concerns. But it seems nothing was enough to get 7&i to truly engage with them. So what's 7&i's side of the story? They wasted basically no time responding to Couche Tard. Basically, they said that while they are disappointed by Couche Tard's decision, they are not surprised. They also disagree with the numerous mischaracterizations, 7&i pointed to significant changes in global economy, exchange rates, and financial markets as contributing factors. On top of that, 7&i highlighted extraordinary antitrust hurdles a potential transaction would face, especially in the United States, and a potential long time frame for regulatory approval. Okay, the market today reacted to the news. 7&i shares dropped almost 9% in Tokyo today, which shows investors are disappointed, as a successful takeover by Couche Tard could have brought significant premium to the stock. For Couche Tard, things went on the opposite direction, and the shares of Alimentation Couche Tard were up almost 17% earlier today, and now it is sitting at a 7% gain after uncertainty removed from the future of the company. I think some investors got really excited initially, but over time I think Couche Tard share price will come back to $80, closer to their earnings report. I mentioned in my last video about Alimentation Couche Tard that the stock will trade between 67 to 75 range while they negotiate the deal. I also predicted that the deal is likely not going through, and if they announce termination of the takeover, the stock can easily surge like 10% in a day, and this is exactly what happened. This is what shareholders of Alimentation Couche Tard wanted all along. I think Couche Tard will do better in the long run if they focus on what they know the best, and that is a smaller and strategic acquisitions that can fuel their long-term return on invested capital. They have made it clear in the letter that they are excited as ever about the path forward for the existing businesses. And I think the stock is now can back to its previous growth and share buyback trajectory without being worried about diluting the current shareholders in a massive uncertain deal. What do you think about Couche Tard's decision to walk away? Thanks for watching, and I see you guys in the next video. Farewell.